Hi, what's up, everyone? This is your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and I am here to talk about one of my favorite love and hip hop installments, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I believe we are, of course, in season 8, and I think this is episode 14, or maybe it's episode 15, but the title of this episode is Questions and Answers. If this is your first time here on my channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also go ahead and ding the bell. Set up your notifications so you'll know when Diva uploads another video. Anywho, did y'all get into this episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta? There's not really a lot, but there's some things we should definitely point out, particularly that Twitter pointed out. So when the episode opens, Pooh, I think it's Pooh and Mimi, I don't remember, but Pooh is trying to start a makeup line. Go figure. Everybody should be love and cosmetics at this point. Love and fashions. Because really no one in the Love and Hip Hop franchise has really given us music. If you notice, every week when they are doing music for this show, it's always, you know, a commercialized artist. Like Sierra's song keeps playing over and some other people. I'm like, why isn't Jock or Rashida or someone giving us new music? And, you know, just playing it out. But either way, let me digress. So, of course, she wants to do lipstick and she's going to stay messy. We also go ahead and the episode leads us into Jock. As you know, last week, Jock was having problems with his business partner, Sharonda, who is mismanaging the salon that they share. You know, he's a financial investor. I believe she's probably putting in sweat equity. Maybe she threw in a little something too, based upon what I'm understanding. Is that, hold on, y'all, my dog. Okay. So, y'all, pardon the interruption. My puppy was like, Heifer, you better feed me. So she decided to start clanging on the, on her kennel that we never use because I don't believe in kenneling my dog. But either way, Jock is interviewing people at this club. I think it's called Venue or whatever. I don't know. I don't go clubbing. I want to check out some of the lounges here. Eventually, I will get to that level where I can do that. But anyway, I don't know what kind of interviews these were, but them females they had was thirsty. Not one of them was professional. I said, this must have been a casting call, and these chicks just like show up here and act this way, because there is no way that that was a professional setup. One girl at least said she could braid hair. The other one was like, Jock asked her, what are you good at? And she says, I'm good at everything in and out of the salon. I was like, okay, we need to just shut these interviews down. Inappropriate, flag on the play, foul, you gotta go. By that time, Scrap and Sleepy Smurf show up. That's AKA Kurt Frost in the building. They ask him about his situation with Rashida. And it was in that moment that he realized maybe he should not have let Jasmine and Rashida talk, because they asked him how it went. He said, as far as he knew, it went fine. Scrap finally concedes to the fact that maybe him and Sierra might actually have something going on. Let's see how that plays out. Kurt has learned his lesson apparently from his cheating ass ways and philandering ways, because he says that them girls that Jock was interviewing, he was talking about they will not be showing up at the bistro. I know that's right, Kurt, because you know Rashida will go clean upside your head. Okay, I think at this point it's come to going clean upside your head time right now. Supposedly Rashida and Kurt are having some sort of relationship seminar. Who wants to take relationship advice from them? I'm going to say this. Sometimes you have people that are good at giving advice. They're just not good at taking advice. I, for one, will admit to that. There are certain things I will tell my girlfriends that they should do. And sometimes I don't always do it. I'm hard-headed. I'll go ahead and go full speed ahead and see what happens. And then you crash, land into a ditch. That's just what happens. But I think Rashida, out of the two, she would be Tweedledee and he would be Tweedledum, if we think of it that way. But I said, if you're going to get relationship advice from Kirk and Rashida, quite frankly, you just clout chasing. You're looking for a photo op and an opportunity to be seen on TV, because ain't no way. I mean, look at the dysfunction and chaos that has ensued. But I will say this, whenever bad things happen, and you do bad things and engage in bad behavior, um, if you learn a lesson from it, great. Okay, so maybe that's a teachable moment, as we call it. Jock has decided that he wants to marry Kendra, and he feels as though it is only appropriate that he talks to his ex-wife Alex and his baby mama Cena. I think there's another baby mama somewhere in there. So he meets up with them. They connect, and they seem to have a very good relationship. Cena and Alex both say that it's great that he's going to want to marry Kendra. He does bring up the fact once again, as he continues to bring up, that Kendra does not want to have children. 8 is enough. 8 is enough, Jock. Let's just be real about that. But these women tell him that, well, in addition to, you want to propose to her, we can maybe talk her into having a baby. I'm like, I don't think Kendra's that type of girl. Like, I don't think there's really a convincing argument you could give to her to tell her why she should have a baby with Jock. Okay? All your kids can be her kids. That's all I'm saying. Ty and Mimi are having problems. As you know, Mimi is in a lesbian relationship, a committed relationship with the possibility of marriage. Ty is a professional women's basketball player. She often plays overseas, but her and Stevie J keep clashing. And Ty has reached her breaking point with Stevie because Stevie antagonizes her online when she posts pictures of her and Eva together. He got something to say. And then they end up in what I call online fisticuffs. Makes no sense. I'm like, Ty, just don't respond to him. But I've always felt like since we met Ty a couple of seasons ago, I feel like she is a bit controlling and feels like she has to keep a short rein on Mimi, as if Mimi is going anywhere, because she tired of Stevie J and his shenanigans. I think that Jocelyn was the one that really broke her spirit in trying to think that, me being with my child's father is what I need to do. But she did throw out there that he still ain't paying no child support. I was like, Faith has to keep working on him on that. At some point he's going to get to where he's paying child support, okay? But Mimi has decided that she's going to have a conversation with him. Just to fast forward through all of that, Mimi does go down to the studio where they have it set up as if Stevie is working on some new music. Maybe he is. I don't know what Stevie is doing really other than love and hip hop and club appearances to make money. But it really is sad to see a talent like that not actually use his talent to make music again. Maybe he'll produce something for Faith Evans and it'll be hot, just like the days of Bad Boy. But she confronts him. They're like two school children, and they get into a fight, and that's when security has to come in. But I will say this about Mimi though, she looked good in this. But she came in there with like a fedora, and it was purple. I think it was very cute, very Prince-esque. But they were like, "I know you are, but what am I?" And I'm just like, "Oh my God." But I feel like Mimi, just leave Stevie alone. Ty, don't engage with him because he's going to take it. And furthermore, my theory with Stevie, and I kind of picked up on this when Ty first came on the scene. Stevie's the type of guy that don't have a problem with women that like sleeping with women, but he also is not a fan of same-sex relationships when it comes to women, like a full-fledged committed relationship. And I think that's why he purposely antagonizes Ty. One of the things I didn't like, and I don't know if it was a joke, I hope you know that Faith is going to see this, is when he going to tell Mimi, give me a kiss. And then she hit him, and then that's when security showed up. I was like, you two, I don't know. I don't think there's any love there. I don't think that he wants her or she wants him. I just think that she's fed up, as any woman would be. You've bore this man a child, and he just doesn't want to pay child support for whatever reason. Karlie spirit is truly broken. Arkansas Mo keeps her on a short leash. And I think part of the reason why he does that is because she does engage in childish acts. And we see that come out more so in this episode. She's messy. And Shekinah said that she feels like Karlie is a better person when she's messy. She ain't saying it's right. But if it helps her to get to feeling better, let me feed her a little something. So she goes to Rashida's store, and they have a girlfriend set down. And like Your piece, Karlie, comes first. I personally am not a huge fan of Karlie Redd. I think that because she is so messy. But if a man is berating you and breaking your spirit to the point to where you're miserable and you're scared to talk to him, and you're scared to play music, because she said, I don't know if I should play music. I'm like, oh no, you got to let that go. That's not healthy. It's not good. It's not helping anyone. And it's not helping you. And it only leads to ulcers and other physiological issues. And I think that Rashida gave her the best advice, and that is to let it go. Pooh and Akbar. Akbar impressed Hiram, so Hiram has gotten her some studio time, and Pooh is there. She comes into the session, and they get to talking about who they got in common. This is when we learn that Shekinah's ex has a child with Akbar, and Akbar is with the shits. Pooh, once again, is playing the victim, saying how, I don't understand why all the women are so mean to me. Like, why don't they like me? I'm innocent. Girl, you're not innocent. You always starting stuff because you be trying to force yourself into the group. Just be you and stop. Hiram excused himself and was like, I go to the bathroom. I was like, I know I would too. No, actually, he said he had to take a conference call. So Akbar has decided, well, since Shekinah and Tokyo are a problem for Pooh, well, then she's a problem for me, especially when they giving her studio time. I was like, so somebody else said it best on Twitter. They were like, so basically Akbar's whole storyline is to go out and start shit. That's her storyline. Okay, because it's not your problem. Why would you engage? Especially you barely even know Pooh. And I was like, okay, girl, you're going to fuck around and end up in the threesome with Hiram and Pooh. But then again, someone online said that's not really her type. The other thing that's disturbing about Akbar is the fact that, you're supposed to be trying to get your life together. Instead, you're trying to mess up your life and others. Because one time you're going to do something and somebody going to clean upside your head. You already got gun shells or whatever it is, shrapnel left over from a gun attack before. So God has spared your life, and I just wouldn't be trying to be messy like that. So, and let me just fast forward to that too. So ultimately what happens is that she hears about her and Pooh conspiring at whatever event that Shekinah or Tokyo and them are having where they can all go. And Pooh is like, well, I know Rashida and Kurt are doing a relationship seminar. This is the seminar that Scrap tells us earlier he invited Sierra to. Thankfully, Sierra didn't show up because Akbar also has a problem with her too. She shows up. Shekinah is doing a Q&A. She comes in talking about, well, how you deal with somebody who, girl, you used to, what did she say? How do you deal with someone, your child's father or baby daddy? His ex always got something to say. Because that's what Shekinah did to me. Relevance, objection, get her out. Shekinah engaged in it. You should have just had them come take her out. She wasn't there to get no help. She was there to cause some mess, okay? That was just inappropriate. Akbar, focus on your music and trying to get all your children, all 5 of your children, and getting on your own feet instead of trying to conspire and get with people like Pooh, because Pooh is going to just bring you down. And the other problem with all of this is that everyone's issues, the relationship issues, all of that, is all from, it's hearsay. It's hearsay. It's like, you don't know if Pooh is telling the truth. You just met Pooh, honestly. And now all of a sudden you won't go with what she said. I'm going to go Pooh because Pooh said it and her husband paying for my studio time. Not very bright. Not very bright. At some point, Karlie is doing Karlie's hair. Karlie looked like a zombie, like she just robotic and just out of it. And so they were talking about the fact that she had passed her exam or her sex ed exam because, she wants to be a sexpert. And that's when Shekinah feeds her some line about the fact that Jock is going to propose to Kendra or something, and that he also has been messing around with women in the salon. But you going by what his business partner said, who already has issues with him. So, she just figured I'd feed her a little bit of bait to make her feel better. This party that she had was just really sad. And there wasn't a lot of people there. And she was like, I just want to thank everybody for coming to my graduation party. And I'm like, who died? Like, it's that bad, girl. He's starting to affect your spirit. You got to let Arkansas Mo go or let him know Never mind, yo, need you to go. Take this blow up to 50. See Joe come back with that, and we can split that. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I had a DMX moment. I probably chopped up a sentence or two, but anyway, I'm sorry. But Arkansas Mo got to go if he's making you feel bad. Karlie. She also was Karlie at this party was spilling tea to Cena about the alleged things that have been going on at the salon with Jock, courtesy of Shekinah. So she was like, well, we're going to have to talk to Kendra about that. Again, Karlie's party seemed more like a funeral, and she was eulogizing herself because her spirit is gone. And if y'all want to attend one of those seminars, Life, Business, and Love with Rashida and Kurt, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all the title of that. Next week, Karlie, because of her misery loves company. If she's miserable, everyone else has to be miserable. And so she started, of course, this week with Cena. Now, Cena is going to go ahead and plant the seed with Kendra and Alex and letting her know that Jock has been messing around with the salon people. Now, Kendra, you strike me as a very intelligent woman. We both are law school graduates. We need to use our deductive reasoning skills on this one, sweetheart. So I just feel like we should always ask, well, who told you this? Number one. Consider the source, because Karlie Redd once used to mess around with Jock. I find it fascinating that Karlie has a relationship with Cena, and I think Cena had just had those babies when her and Jock started messing around. So that's very interesting to me. Quite peculiar, actually. But I think that's it. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, the salon looked like it almost got burned down. We see Sharonda explaining that she left a hot iron and something on. And so Kendra was trying to bring down the law and be like, you're going to be responsible for that, okay? That's not part of the terms of Jock's contract with you. So we'll see. Anyways, again, it wasn't really a lot, but I do think that there are lessons we can take from that. Ladies, if you are with a man that is verbally, physically, or even emotionally abusive, let him go. Okay? It is hard to let go of someone that you keep hoping is going to change. But if you don't see any evidence in a 3 to 6 month turnaround, let it go. I wouldn't even linger that long, but I'm just saying let it go. Don't let no man break your spirit and make you feel as though you are less than. Because you know exactly what it is you're doing, and he knows exactly what it is he's doing. Or if you're in any type of relationship dynamic, because these days it's not just black and white, it's just not male and female. I know some of my gay friends have been in relationships that they know are no good for them, and yet they stay, hoping that that one little tidbit of goodness that they see in that person will go further, and it doesn't. Instead, you end up with your credit screwed up, having to start over, your spirit broken, depression. I mean, people we've got together, there's so many fabulous people here in the world. You just gotta let it go. I know it's hard because it's familiar. I get it. It's familiar. And you've gotten comfortable. And you always wonder, what is life going to be like afterwards? Honey, I've had a few relationships that were epic fails, and I've ended up in some more beautiful ones that maybe they burnt out. But, you know, each relationship I grow from and learn from. But anyways, I've rambled on long enough. I'm Miss Sophia the Diva. This was my review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta questions and answers. And remember, as I say, particularly with Love and Hip Hop, even if some of this stuff is staged or overly produced, you can learn a lot from reality TV. Again, if this is your first time here on my channel, please be sure to subscribe, like, share, hit that notification button. And I will see you all back next year so we can talk more about Love and Hip Hop. I can tell you right now that we will be discussing on this channel Queen Sugar, Queen of the South, Euphoria on HBO, Big Little Lies. I'm trying to get to a place where I can do Ileana Van Zant and to having to host Charlotte, which is one of my favorite shows right now. Y'all, that's a really good reality show on OWN. I may get into Ambitions. I'm not so sure about it. That's another show on OWN starring Robin Givens and Brian White and Essence Atkins. I saw some other people too, but I know them by sight, but not by name. But y'all, hey, Be sure to share. Thank you all for joining. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. Stay fabulous.